Alright, today's going to be a little bit of a fun day. We are going to now make our cabinet doors. So yesterday I went down and purchased our lumber, which is our birch plywood 1/2 inch. Got a couple of sheets of 48 by 48. And then also a whole bag of goodies. So when we get our cabinet doors made, we're going to use an edging. We use a veneer edging on that, and you want to make sure that when you do, you buy the right kind. Don't buy oak for birch or birch for oak. And this is an iron-on, so we'll show you how to do that. Got a couple of packs of that. Once we get the edging on, then we've also got a trimmer. Trim that edging on. And then I bought a bucket load of hinges. I went with black hinges. These are spring loaded, so when the cabinet doors are closed, they don't sit there and flap open like a regular hinge. They'll stay closed. And I like those. Those are good hinges. And then I found some handles that I just really liked, and I think they're going to look really nice on here. And that is these. So I'm going to put these cabinet handles on all of our cabinets, and that's going to look pretty cool. So that little jaunt to the store, a couple pieces of wood, some edging, and the trimmer, and also got some wood stain that we're going to stain our cabinet doors with, a red chestnut. That came to a hefty little about $150 bill. So we don't want to waste anything. And I've already taken my measurements of all the cabinet doors that we're going to make. And when I took the measurements, all I did is 1/2 inch all the way around the edge, and that gave me my overall dimension for every cabinet. So that's what we're going to do today. I've got the saw hooked up, and we're going to grab our plywood and we're going to start making some doors. We'll get them stained, and then I'll have to go down to the store and probably buy the aerosol polyurethane, I think is what I'm going to use to seal the wood. And then if it dries tonight, we might get them hung. If not, then there's always tomorrow, and we'll get the cabinet doors hung. And this thing will start really taking shape. And then we still have the kitchen countertop to do and some cushions. I'm not looking forward to that because that's going to be expensive, but it's going to look pretty decent when we're done. So, like always, stay tuned. I'll show you the progress as we go along. Alright, so we have all the cabinet doors cut to size for every one of our cabinets. The next step is to take our edge banding. It has glue on one side, and what we do is kind of just real rough measure piece that's going to go on the edge. Take a pair of scissors and just snip you off a little piece. Then a little balancing act here. Put that on there, and then lay our edging across the top. Don't put it all the way to the edge, because when you go to iron it, it's going to shrink up just a little bit. So we want to leave it over about 1/8 of an inch or so. Then, when we're happy where that's going to be, then we take our iron and we are going to do a little ironing. And we're not trying to take out wrinkles. And these do work pretty well. And if for some reason you don't get it in place the first time, you can always heat it up, remove it, and start over. That's the beauty of it. And it's not a tape, so it's not going to fall off in the future. And we have our iron set on if you iron clothes all the time, you'll understand what I'm talking about. It's on the cotton setting, so just one notch below hell. I guess. I don't iron that much. Alright. Then we take a board or a roller and we're just going to mash that down nice and tight like. Make sure we get it nice and flat and all the glue pressed everywhere. There. So right now we have this edge sticking around like that. And what I will do is I have a little razor blade that I'm going to trim the end here nice and flush. I should get me a nice little razor knife instead of just doing it by the blade, but oh well. And you take the little piece off like that. Now it's nice and flush. Do that on the other side. Here, nice and flush. Cool. Then we'll take our board, set it down on the end like this. We will take our handy dandy little trimmer, which has a couple of blades in it. And we'll set it on the edge here. And then just push that right along. There. And perfect. Do that on the other side. Just like so. And you have a nice edge on your wood. And it's nice and even on both sides. It's better than having the plywood end, which you don't want to see, and looks funky whenever you stain it. So now I've got to do that to all the doors, and once I get that done, then we'll apply the stain. So there's quite a few doors I've got to do the edging on, so it's going to take a little while. So stay tuned. So to give you an idea where we're at, so we've got our edging on nearly all of our wood. I guess I underestimated how much I'd need, so I'm gonna have to make another trip to the store, but I have like 5 little pieces left that I've got to put the edge on. And then once we put that on and iron it off and trim it, then we go along and sand. And so once you completed that, then we're about ready for some stain. So there is one little thing I could show you if I know what to do with it. There it is. Okay, so in my haste of trimming, I actually grabbed a hold of the wood and gouged the wood, and so I had to go down to the store, buy me some plastic wood. I don't know if you can see that. Some plastic wood, which is a natural color, and let's see if I can't get you over here to see this. So there's a little spot right here that I had gouged, and I filled it in. So then what I'm ready to do now is take and get me a block, wrap my sandpaper around it, and sand that smooth, and hopefully it'll be like a gouge be gone. So let me hook that up and I'll show you what it looks like. Alright, so we'll take our sandpaper and our block, and put that on our block, wrap that around a couple times real nice and tight, and then just lay it on here and sand that bad boy nice and smooth. take on the edge just a little bit. I'm happy with that. Let me give you a tighter shot and show you what that was. So right in here is where I gouged the wood, and I gouged it all the way back to here, and took the chunk out, and then I used that filler, put the filler in, and sanded it all nice and smooth. So the color is just right. So then when we go to stain it, hopefully that doesn't appear too bad. But such as it is, when you're woodworking, you're going to have those little minor problems. So I've got my shelving laid out, not shelving, my cabinet doors, where they're going to be. And other than that, I've got a little bit of a mess. So this is about what I want to get done, I guess, for this evening, because I don't have the rest of the edge banding, and when I get started on the stain I want to make sure and do all of it at once. So I'll have to make one more trip to the store, get a little bit more edge banding, and get that on, sand it down, then we're ready. Getting a little anxious now. I was hoping to have that done. Okay, here we go. Stay tuned. Alright, so we went back to the store this morning. Got some more of our edging, and finish out our cabinet doors. And while driving there and driving back, I had a change of mind. We're going to forego the stain, and actually, I think I'm going to go ahead and paint the cabinet doors. I have another color in mind I think is going to look pretty good, and I'll probably save the stain and the polyurethane for another project. So with that, we'll go ahead and set up, get the rest of the cabinet doors edging on and trimmed and sanded. And then, for grins and giggles, because I'm an impatient guy, I think I'm going to go ahead and hang the doors before I paint them, and give you an idea of what it's going to look like when those are up. Actually, I want to see what they look like as they go up. So that's what we're going to do. So let me go ahead and get set up. We're going to get the edge on, sand these bad boys, put the hardware on, and then I'll show you how we're going to mount these on the cabinet facings. And next step will be painting them. So stay tuned. Okay, so I have all of the edging on, and it looks really nice. Yeah, it looks real nice. You know, I can't make up my mind. I think once that's up there like that, I really like the looks of the bare wood. I might just put polyurethane over that and call it good, because it turned out really well. And I do like the beauty of wood. And I think that would look really nice. So I have all the pieces cut. I've got the edging on, and I've got everything sanded. It looks good. And here are my hinges that I'm going to use. And those will go under probably about 2.5 inches from the edge, one on each end, and that'll go up across here. And then I've got a handle. Let me pull one of those out. I think that's going to look pretty decent too. So that's what that would look like on there. And those black hinges, I think I may just leave those just a nice plain wood. I'll just polyurethane over top of it, call it good. I do like that look. Okay, well, let me install some hardware, and then we'll hang some cabinet doors, and I'll show you how I'm going to try to make those even, so they don't look all crooked and stuff. Everything will be in line. Okay, well, thanks for hanging in there. Stay tuned. Okay, so here's how I'm going to hang my cabinets. Make sure that they're all straight on the bottom here. Is I know that the distance around here is a 1/2 inch, so I got me a 1/2 inch block. So I put a 1/2 inch here, drop my board down, clamp it, drop one on this side, and also clamp it. So then when my cabinet goes up like so, and I put it in position, it'll be straight across all the way on the bottom on all 3 doors. So we're going to go ahead and install these, and I don't have the handles yet because I think I have to get shorter screws. The ones that came with it are on a little bit long side. So I'm going to figure out the distance between the edge here, so I make sure and get them all nice and flush and straight and pretty like. Alright, so we'll just make sure our clamps are tight. We'll get that up there. I'll drill a couple holes. We'll get that first one on, and then we can move over to the second one. Make sure our spacing is right between the 2 cabinets. Get them hung. I think it's going to look good. Alright, stay tuned. And voila, there we go. So we've got 3 cabinets hung, and there you are. Nice at the bottom. Nice little gap all the way around. And they open and close just fine. Like I say, they're spring loaded, so they stay shut. I like that. Yes. I think I just might keep them at that color. Kind of gives a little bit of a woodsy look. I like it. Alright. Next. Oh, it's starting to take shape a little bit here. Yep. Nice. And I really like those spring-loaded hinges. They come in really handy. Yep. Nice. Those are going to look really good once I get the handles on them also. And I do think I'm going to leave them just a natural color. I just think they look pretty cool. What do you think? Think I should paint those? Stain them? Or just leave them natural? Alright, well, I got a couple more to hang here. And I can call it a night. Alright, looks good. Glad the way they turned out. Alright, stay tuned. Okay, so now we have all of our cabinet doors hung. And I think it turned out really well. Yep. I'm liking it. It's too bad I can't get the whole shot in here. But anyway, there it is. I think it looks good. And I do think I'll keep it that color. Only because, well, I can. Yep, and they work just great. Be nice once I get the handles on it. But they are the stay closed hinges, and they work really good. Okay, well, I guess next step, once I get those polyurethane, I will start on the kitchen counter. All right, thanks for hanging in there. Stay tuned.